Hi, I'm Beverly Jacobson, mama to Verity, a little girl with full trisomy 18. And in this video series, I'm giving some quick answers to commonly asked questions about trisomies. In previous videos, we looked at what is a trisomy, what does that mean, as well as what are the differences between full, partial, and mosaic trisomies. So now let's talk about what are the implications of this kind of a diagnosis. Perhaps you've been given a prenatal diagnosis, or maybe someone you know has been told that his or her baby has trisomy 21 or 18 or 13 or a rare trisomy. What does that mean? Is this condition lethal? Is it incompatible with life? This is a big topic of discussion in my circles. And first of all, I will say that you can't compare the different trisomies. For one thing, trisomy 18, Edwards syndrome, is different from Down syndrome. Trisomy 13 is different from trisomy 18. While there can be some similarities, each trisomy condition has its own set of unique characteristics. But what you also need to understand is within that diagnosis, within trisomy 18, for example, there is a range. It's a spectrum. Think of it, you've heard of the autism spectrum. It would be similar to that. You can't lump all autistic individuals together and say they all act this particular way. That's really true of all people, right? We are all individuals. So it makes sense when you start studying this that all trisomy individuals also cannot be lumped together to say this is true of all of them. They are their own unique selves. So it is a spectrum, and as we talked about with full and mosaic in the last video, sometimes individuals with full trisomies fare much better than those with mosaic trisomies. You can't make assumptions based on the diagnosis alone. Now, I will say that a trisomy condition does often indicate, or there can be other conditions along with the trisomy that may make this a life-limiting diagnosis. Often there are heart conditions present. There can be developmental delays, certainly, as is the case with our daughter. There can be a variety of physical complications. But what I want to impress on you is that you just don't know based on the diagnosis alone, and that it is a range, it is a spectrum. But the main point of this video is to let you know that these conditions, the trisomy diagnosis in and of itself, does not indicate that the baby, the child, is incompatible with life. It in and of itself, the trisomy diagnosis is not a lethal condition. Now, the lifespans may be shortened because of other life-limiting conditions that are often found alongside the trisomy, but please be encouraged. Those of us who parent children with trisomy conditions really don't care for that term incompatible with life, because we have found that with interventions and therapies and support, these children have an amazing quality of life. They love and they are loved, and they bring such joy and enrich our worlds. So let's get rid of that terminology. This is not a lethal condition in and of itself.